What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Anthony and this is Watch With Me. Testing out my new camera with my new mic setup. I hope you all can tell the difference and maybe justify the money I spent on it. Let's get into today's topic. We're going to be going over an original piece I wrote. First time I'm playing in front of somewhat of an audience. I hope you enjoy it. I'm just kidding. I haven't played the guitar in like 2 years and I'm absolutely awful. Today's topic, we're going to be going over 3 very, very hard watches to come by. And if you can come by it, you're either paying over retail or you waited a very long time. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you 3 alternatives to the 3 watches. And in my opinion, they're probably actually a little bit more unique. But before we get into that, quick wristwatch check. Today I am wearing my Rolex Submariner. This is the S301, probably one of my favorite watches to come out of the Rolex collection in the last 2 years. This one came out in 2017, but all right, let's get into it. All right, number 1, probably no surprise to anybody, but the Rolex Submariner. Now, although the Rolex Sub with the ceramic bezel, whether with date or without date, it's not the rarest watch right now, but it does come in at around $8,000. So, if you don't want to spend that much money and you don't want to have to spend slightly over retail or wait a couple months, what I would recommend is not a Tudor, because that's going to fall in the same line as Rolex, but why not wear the Rolex? So, in my opinion, this watch is around $4,000. It's much more unique in the sense that you're not going to come across it as often. Rolex production is around 8,000 watches per year. It has a beautiful ceramic bezel, 40 millimeter, and I think they did a great job with this one in particular because it has that very vintage look on the vintage leather strap, and I think it just wears really well. So for the alternative to the Rolex Sub, I say go with the Rolex S301, or if you don't like the vintage look, you can go with the Rolex S300, which would be without the faux tina on the watch. Number 2 is the Patek Phillipe 5711, or you could even say the Audemars Piguet 15400. So beyond an extremely rare watch to come by. If you're going Patek, you're looking at 3 years, probably, maybe more, on a wait list, or you're spending almost double retail, and retail on that watch is just under $30,000. Luckily, for all of us, the gentleman that created the Royal Oak and the Patek Philippe Nautilus, Gerald Genta, also designed the watch called the IWC Engineer. So very similar in design. And the great thing about this is you can pick up pretty much any Engineer. The reference I'm talking about, I believe, is the 3227. I believe, if I'm wrong, I'll leave the right reference right up top. But this watch is around $6,000, but you can pick them up pre-owned for around $3,000. Although, and when it comes to the movement, it's probably going to have an ETA or a Solita movement. But if you like it for that beautiful shape, if you like it for the history of the watch designer that actually created it, in my opinion, the Engineer you can't go wrong with, and it's 10% of the value of a retail price on a 5711. You can get it in a beautiful blue dial with a nice texture to it, and it's an absolutely fantastic piece. So the alternative to the Patek Philippe Nautilus or the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, I say go IWC Engineer. So coming in at number 3, we have the Rolex Daytona, an iconic watch. I personally own one in my collection. I don't have a current one, which the ceramic bezel Daytonas now, wait lists are exceeding a year. I believe they go between $22,000 and $20,000 for them on the secondary market. The white dial going for slightly more than the black dial. I would go for the white dial personally, but a great alternative to this watch, in my opinion, is the Omega Speedmaster. The reference that I would go with would be the 3570.50, which is the Hesalite crystal, the closed case back, and the manual wind, which is, I believe, in 1861 movement. Now, in my opinion, you're talking about a watch that's probably even more iconic, more history to it, slightly larger at 42 millimeters, but you're getting an absolutely amazing collectible piece that's readily available on the internet. You can go pretty much any pre-owned site that sells pieces and pick it up anywhere between $2,500 and $3,500 for a mint example, box and papers, and you're really going to have a piece that's not only iconic but extremely collectible in the sense that every watch guy knows this watch or has it in his collection, or at least had it at one time in his collection. So I really think that not only is it a great alternative to the Rolex Daytona, but in my opinion, it might be the best watch in the industry under $4,000 that you can buy, hands down. I used to have one, and just hearing myself talk about it makes me want it again. But that's really it, guys. Short video, but I wanted to give you 3 great watches that are alternatives to watches that are really hard to come by right now. So I hope this video helped kind of gear you in the right direction to something that you can pick up instead of one of these watches. But do me a favor, leave a comment down below if you think there's a better watch that's an alternative to one of the 3 watches I listed. And as always, if you like the video, please give it a like. It helps me out. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Until next time, guys, take it easy.